Welcome. How are you? I believe this video finds you well. Yeah. Today we are going to talk about the story of Samson. Yeah. In this channel, we normally talk of the Bible stories, and they are becoming interesting by the day. So, welcome, my viewer. We have done several stories, but today we are going to do a story about Samson because we normally hear that read Samson and Delilah, Samson did this, then Samson did that. And but who was this Samson? Now, there was a man called Manoah during the time of Judges. You see, after the children of Israel came from Egypt all the way up to Canaan, 40 years, and the Joshua generation had gone, and and in the Bible, it was the time of Ruth, and then the time of Judges. And this time, then there was a man called Manoah and his wife, and they did not have children. They did not have. So one day, an angel of the Lord came and told, he found his wife. Not really finding, because the angel normally knows when he comes, he was coming to the woman. The husband was not there. So he came and sat down and said, I can see you don't have a child, and you are barren, but you are going to give birth to a son. And there are certain conditions that must be met. Number one, you are not going to take any wine, meaning Manoah's wife will to take something, a wine. That is what it means. Number two, the son that is going to give birth to, he is a Nazarite. No razor should pass over his head. Who is a Nazarite? A Nazarite is somebody who is set apart by God Himself for a certain purpose in life. And a Nazarite is somebody who is not supposed to be shaved actually. Kiswahili anaitwa mnaziri. So that was the condition. And this man explained all these things, but he did not want, and the wife did not ask, who are you? What is your name? So he went away. But he was an angel, but he came in a form of a man, just as a normal human being. When the husband came home, the wife explained what has happened. There's a man who came here and he told me this and this and this and this and this. And God is so faithful because the husband turned to God, Mr. Manoah, and told God, please, can you cause this man to come back again so that I can hear myself what he's telling my wife, what he's talking about? And God is so faithful. And the following day, again, that man came. But again, Manoah was not at home. So the wife rushed. He told the man, just wait for me here. Let me call my husband. He wanted to see you also. He wanted to hear this message. And he ran very fast. And Mr. Manoah came and he sat down and Manoah was very specific. He told the man, can you explain to my wife, to me, what you told my wife yesterday? And the angel of the Lord was very straightforward. That is what I said. I said, if you don't take wine, you are going to get a son. And this son should never be shaved. He will be a Nazarite. And Mr. Manoah was excited and told him, just a minute. You are our visitor. And here, visitors don't come and go home unattended. He must get a cup of tea. Not only a cup of tea, but I'm going to slaughter a small goat. You get a soup at least, so that you should not go saying that I visited a place and I did not eat anything. So kindly allow me to do this. And the angel, because Manoah did not know I'm dealing with an angel here, he thought it was just another man who has his own missions and he has just brought a message to me. And the angel said, I have no problem, but I don't eat with these fleshy things. In other words, I'm a spiritual being. I'm not I'm not a physical man as you are thinking. So what you do, go and take the goat, but don't give me to eat it. Give a sacrifice unto the Lord, a burnt sacrifice. So nenda uweke kwa tengeneza, make an altar for the Lord and set it to ablaze. Let it be consumed. Let the Lord receive the sacrifice. And when Manoah did that, this man disappeared in that fire and went with the smoke, and he disappeared. Then Manoah realized I was actually dealing with an angel. And after a period of time, now we have not been told the age, but Samson became an age when now he needed a wife. Remember, this man now has dreadlocks, 7 locks. Not like the locks that men make for themselves. This was initiated by God Himself. God said, "This will be a Rasta man." A dreadlocks by God. And God has signed, has rubber stamped, let this man live with dreadlocks. But I'm not talking about these dreadlocks of today, where even people don't know the meaning. So he went down. The Bible talks about going down to a place called Timnah. Timnah was a Philistine city. You see, I've told you, God had left. God had left that Philistine to punish the children of Israel. So the purpose of the birth of Samson was to come and fight the Philistines. So, being a Nazarite, there is something that the Lord has done to the life of Samson. Samson was a very unique man, and the Spirit of the Lord was upon Samson. So he went down to the camp of an enemy and got a beautiful lady, and he said, "I want to marry this lady." And he came and told his father, but his father was not happy, and the mother. But anyway, and when the time he was going to Timnah, that is a Philistine city, like a city in Canaan, where Philistines used to dwell. On the way, he met with a young lion, and he took it by the bare hands and torn it into pieces. And that's the time I believe Samson realized, I'm not an ordinary person. I have some strength which are not ordinary strength. And he left and he continued the journey. Went and met with the lady, they discussed. So when he went now with the parents and they discussed and they agreed, the Bible says after a period of time, when they were coming from that place going back home, and Samson did not tell his father about the story of lion. So another day when he was going to Timnah, he went to look at that carcass, the lion carcass, the one he killed some days back. And he found the bees had come and made some honey at that carcass. And Samson just took the honey, went on his way eating, and he brought some to his father and mother. But Samson did not disclose how he got his honey or the story about the killing of lion. He did not explain anything. So after a period of time, he went to Timnah again, and Uchokozi, he decided to start provoking the Philistines. And he told them, I have a riddle. I have a riddle. And whoever will unravel this riddle, I will give 30 pieces of linen clothes. But if you don't, I'm giving you 7 days. If you don't, it is you to give me the 7 pieces. And remember, this guy happened to an hour. He has come to pick away from this place. And now he's bringing a lot of problems. And the riddle was, out of a carcass, food comes out of it. That was the riddle. And they are trying to think about it. After like 6 days, the guys became very angry and said, you are going to burn the house of Samson's wife, the one he wants to marry. We are going to burn you, your father, your mother, plus the whole house. Why? Sorry, because Samson, your husband, came here and gave us a riddle, and now we don't want actually to give the 30 pieces of clothes. So to avoid this thing, punishment is on you. It's you who has caused us this problem. So go and tell your husband, go and entice your husband. Talk to him well so that he can explain to you a riddle and come and give us. And the wife came and pleaded with Samson and Bebeleza until Samson explained. This means the meaning of the riddle is out of a dead lion, I don't know, the one I killed, the honey came from that carcass. That was the riddle. So when the seventh day came, the guys had an answer, so they just kept the answer. And it triggered Samson's anger. And he went and killed 30 guys, Philistines, and he left. And that wife was married by somebody else. So the story of Samson, that is how he just got his strength. The seven locks, that the one the Lord said that they should not be removed. And now Samson has begun exercising the powers that he has. This is just a beginning of the two of Samson, because he has gone and killed 30 Philistines. And remember, his work is to deliver the children of Israel from the same Philistines. Now he has declared war, total war against the Philistines, of which, according to me, he has begun a mission of what the Lord sent him to do. Because Samson's mission, according to God, was to go and fight the Philistines, who have become a nuisance to the army of the Lord. That Israel was the army of the Lord. So this is part one of Samson. In part two, we're going now to continue from there, so that you can see how God can do wonders through somebody, and how God can destroy somebody when he abuses the power of God. Because God wanted to revenge uh, on behalf of the children of Israel by using Samson to fight the Philistines. Samson thought this was his own powers. So he started misusing the strength, the powers. He's killing Philistines, according to God, was very okay. But a time came, it was not about killing a Philistine anymore, but it was about his own ambitions, because he was a man who liked women. The next part two, I'm going to explain to you how he did it to the Philistine and how the end was. So just subscribe. Then there is a bell there, notification bell. Just click that bell so that you can be getting the notification. Then share and like. Thank you for watching. Welcome again.